Hello, dear students. Welcome back to EduHunt video lecture series. We are going to discuss about various multiple choice questions and their answers. Let's see. Thorn is a modification of. It is a modified stem. Students usually they'll have a confusion between a thorn and a spine. Let's see the difference between these two. A thorn is a modification of stem. It is a modification of stem, whereas spine is a modification of leaf. Especially leaves are modified into sharp spine-like structures to avoid or to minimize the loss of transpiration. It is seen in desert plants called xerophytes. Thorns are seen in many plants, not only in desert plants. These are seen in many plants. Plants with a short body are called, these are usually herbs. Herbs with short body. Branches of stem the origin of these branches are exogenous. Banana is a berry. There are different types of fruits like berry and drupe, pepo, hesperidium. Hesperidium is in citrus, orange, lemon. We see a different kind of fruit where a thick peel is there surrounding that, and inner side there is a paper membrane like cover will be there, and inner to that the inner pericarp, the cover of fruit is known as pericarp. Pericarp is the cover of fruit. Fruit cover is known as pericarp, which has 3 layers, which is differentiated into outer epicarp, middle mesocarp, and inner endocarp. Yes, these are the 3 covers which enclose the fruit. In banana we see a skin, that is the pericarp. Inside that we see the pericarp with different layers. A pepo is seen in cucumber. Example, cucumber. A thick rind will be there. So pome is seen in apple. Lomentum is seen in a tamarind. So these are various types of fruits. In banana we see a berry-like fruit. Apomixis in plants means development of a plant. Apomixis is like, it is an asexual reproduction. So it is development of a plant from root cuttings without fusion of gametes, from fusion of gametes from cuttings of stem. So without the fusion of gametes, apomixis. The formation of gametophyte from the sporophyte, that is without meiosis, is called. I mentioned that in plant life cycle, there will be two phases. It passes two stages in its life cycle. And the two phases alternate with each other. One is the gametophytic phase. Let's see. Plant life cycle. One is gametophyte. Second is sporophyte. Both gametophyte is haploid, sporophyte is diploid. We represent diploid with 2n. And this gametophyte alternates, these two phases alternate with each other. Gametophyte after fertilization produce sporophyte. Sporophyte after meiosis, that is reductional division, it gives rise to gametophyte. And gametophyte after fertilization, fertilization tarvata gametophyte స్పోరోఫైట్ గా మారుతుంది. స్పోరోఫైట్ మియోసిస్ జరిగిన తర్వాత గామెటోఫైట్ గా మారుతుంది. మన క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటి? వితౌట్ మియోసిస్ అన్నారు. సో మియోసిస్ లేకపోతే, ఇక్కడ గనక మియోసిస్ మిస్ అయితే ఏం జరుగుతుంది? ఈ మియోసిస్ ఇక్కడ లేదు. సో మియోసిస్ లేదు కాబట్టి అల్టిమేట్లీ ద gametophyte which results from the sporophyte will be a diploid one. So sporophyte without reduction division, without meiosis, that is without reducing the number of chromosomes into half, it reaches the next generation, next phase, that is gametophyte. Usually the gametophytes are haploid in nature. If they pass on the meiotic phase, they passes the meiotic phase, they are the resultants of the meiosis. But in the question they are giving that, they are mentioning that there is no such meiosis is going on, there is no such meiosis occur in the sporophyte. That is why the gametophyte that is produced from the sporophyte will be diploid in nature. Actually it should be haploid, but because of no meiotic phase, meiotic division, it is diploid. Apospory and apogamy, none of the above. It is apospory. Plants are like animals in that both respire in the day only, both respire in the night only, both respire day and night, both respire when required. If you see the question, both respire day only. No, every individual, whether it is plant, animal, or it may be a microorganism, whatever be the organism, it respires day and night. If it stops the respiration, that indicates that the organism is not in life condition. It was dead. So it is ruled out. Both respire in the night only. So it is not the correct answer. Both respire whenever they require. We respire till our last breath. So right from the beginning we are respiring. Even our zygote also respired. The cells respire. Individual respire. So not this. The correct answer is both respire day and night. The next question is, vivipary is the characteristic feature of. What is meant by vivipary? Vivipary is nothing but germination of the seed when it is in the mother plant itself. So plant మీద యాక్చువల్గా సీడ్స్ ఎప్పుడు జర్మినేట్ అవుతాయండి? ఫ్రూట్లో సీడ్స్ ఉంటాయి. Whenever the fruit gets ripen and whenever the cover deteriorates, the seeds fall on the ground. Seeds will contact the soil. After contacting the soil, it starts germination. అంటే మదర్ ప్లాంట్ నుంచి సెపరేట్ అయిన తర్వాతే సీడ్ అనేది జర్మినేట్ అవుతుంది. ఇట్ ఈస్ క్వైట్ కామన్. Vivipary is the condition where the seed germinates into a new individual when it is in contact with the mother plant. So it is the characteristic feature of halophytes. Those are mangroves. Mangroves అని ఇచ్చినా సరే ఇదే ఎగ్జాంపుల్. ఓకే, mangroves అంట. Consider the following statement and choose the correct option. The genetic constitution of a plant is unaffected in the vegetative propagation. It is correct. Rhizome in ginger serves as an organ of vegetative reproduction. Yes. Totipotency of cells enables us to micropropagate plants. It is also true, because what is meant by totipotency? It is the capability, inherent capacity of a cell to give rise to a whole plant, develop into a whole plant. That is totipotency. Because of that principle, we are conducting experiments in the laboratory, in the tissue culture laboratory. Micropropagation is nothing but tissue culture. Statement 1, 2 are alone true? No. Statement 1, 2 and 3 alone? No. So 2 alone is right. All the 3 statements are correct, because vegetative propagation, the genetic complement is not affected, and the rhizome is the vegetative part where from which the ginger germinates, and it is the vegetative reproductive part. Totipotency, with the make use of this property of the cell, we are enabling, we are moving into a new branch, that is micropropagation, tissue culture. Plants identical to mother plants can be obtained from, these are obtained from both stem cuttings only. Seed is the resultant of the fertilization. During fertilization, both male and female gametes will get fused. So both the male and female plants will have different complements. So mixing, so the recombination of both will get. So seed is not the correct answer. Stem cutting is the correct answer. Which part of potato plant is eaten? We eat tuber. Tuber is a stem. Vegetative propagation in mint occurs by, vegetative propagation in mint occurs by sucker. In offset ki example ga manam pistia chepkunnamu. Pistia, it is a hydrophyte, free floating hydrophyte. Rhizome ki example ga manam ginger chepkunnamu. Musa, that is banana chepkunnamu. And turmeric also we mentioned. Runner ki example ga oxalis chepkunnam. So the correct option is sucker. Consider the following statements and choose the correct option. The genetic constitution of a plant is unaffected in vegetative propagation. Rhizome in ginger serves as an organ of vegetative and reproduction. Totipotency of cells enables us to micropropagation in plants. All the statements are correct. Just now we have seen and answered it. The type of asexual reproduction found in hydra, it is budding. A small hydra, it is hydra will be like this with the tentacles. A small hydra, baby hydra. Yeah, this is budding. Okay, it is seen in hydra. Carrot is a root. Which one of the following is a nut fruit? Betel nut, it is a leaf. Cashew nut is the correct example. Groundnut, it is like a capsule. Walnut, no. Find out the wrongly matched pair. Tuber, potato, bulbil, agave, rhizome, ginger, leaf buds, tomato. Tomato, leaf buds. Match the items in column 1 with column 2. That is, in column 1, binary fission, zoospore, that is the reproductive products, mode of reproduction is given, and here examples were given in column 2. Binary fission, it is seen in amoeba. Zoospores in algae, conidium in penicillium, budding in hydra, and gemmules in sponge. So, binary fission, amoeba 2, zoospore, algae 1, conidium, penicillium 4, budding hydra 3, gemmules 5. 21435. 21435. Yes, this is the correct option. One greenhouse gas contributes 14% to the global warming and another contributes 6%. These are respectively identified as, by mistake it is mentioned here, it is not relevant to the topic. The wheat grain is a fruit. It is, the fruit is named as Caryopsis. In the later stages, you will be going to know about different types of fruits. It is a fruit and seed, both are same. For even rice also, the fruit is called Caryopsis. Both, how can we differentiate both? That is, the pericarp, outer covering of the fruit is very dry, and inner there is a seed. Match 1, column 1 with 2. Name of the organism, Ophioglossum. It's a pteridophyte. In that, high number of chromosomes are present. 630 is the chromosome number. In this, that is 4, option 4 here. And in man, we know that in man there are 23 chromosomes. So 1. And in rice, 12 chromosomes are there. In potato, 20. 24 chromosomes are there. So, Ophioglossum 630, rice 12, potato 24, and man 23 chromosomes are there. So, it is haploid number of chromosomes. We have 23 pairs. That is, here it is given gametic number in gamete, that is haploid. So, the answer is 4321, 4321. Yes, it is the correct answer. Descending order it is given. The eyes of potato tuber are, they are axillary buds. Axillary buds, they represent the nodes of the stem, and if you see the stem, if you see a plant, a typical plant has like this, has leaves like this. This is the portion called axil, and from here some buds arise called axillary buds. Axil, from the axil. So, the nodes represent the eyes represent the nodes from which the axillary buds arise. What is common between vegetative propagation and apomixis? Both are applicable to only dicot plants, both bypass flowering phase, both occur round the year, both produce progeny identical to the parent. This is the correct option, because in vegetative propagation and apomixis, both are asexual modes only. In both the modes, only one parent will be involved, or sometimes in apomixis two parent without involvement of the other parent. Only single parent give rise to the progeny which are identical in nature. What is the mode of reproduction in amoeba? It is usually the binary fission, but here mentioned multiple fission also. Seeds arranged to be the product of sexual reproduction because they can be stored, give rise to new plants. They are result of fusion of male and female gametes, that is the products of fertilization. Okay. In the next session, we will do some more examples from the reproduction in plants. So these questions are quite simple, but you need to choose the correct option without getting confusion. I said, if you learn the things clearly while learning, at the learning stage only, you should learn without any doubt. If you have a doubt, you refer the video many times, you rewind it, and you please follow the video and keep the books in front of you and make a note on the lesson, on the concept. Try to answer the questions without, first of all, learn the thing, that is without viewing or without watching the video. You try to answer first. After watching it, you will know about the concept clearly. You will know the answers in a better way. Explanation will be given to the questions and answers. First of all, you learn the concept well, understand the concept and remember the concept. Sometimes so many examples will be given. So you need to understand all the questions, all the examples. You need to understand, you need to remember all the examples. For such questions, you should try to understand the concept clearly. Then only it will be related to the example in some way or other. That is why I always refer the same thing, that is revision. ఓన్లీ ఒక్కసారి చదివితే గుర్తు పెట్టుకోలేము. నంబర్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్స్ మనం రివిజన్ చేస్తూ ఉండాలి. రివిజన్ చేస్తూ ఉంటేనే మరి టైం ఎక్కడిది అని అంటున్నాం. కాబట్టి వినేటప్పుడు, చదివేటప్పుడు మనసు పెట్టి కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్తో చదవాలి. కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఎప్పుడు ఉంటుంది అంటే ఎప్పుడైతే మైండ్ ఫ్రీగా ఫ్రెష్గా ఉంటుందో. మైండ్ ఎప్పుడు ఫ్రెష్గా ఉంటుంది? మనము ఎర్లీగా పడుకొని ఎర్లీగా లేచినప్పుడు మైండ్ ఫ్రెష్గా ఉంటుంది. ఫ్రెష్గా ఉన్నప్పుడే మన బ్రెయిన్ యూటిలైజ్ చెయ్యాలి. ఎప్పుడో మనకి నచ్చినప్పుడు చదవడం కాదు, ఎర్లీ మార్నింగ్స్ లేచి చదవడం అలవాటు చేసుకోండి. ఇట్ హెల్ప్స్ యూ అ లాట్. రియలీ రిమెంబర్, ఎర్లీ మార్నింగ్, ఫ్రెష్ స్టడీస్, ఫ్రెష్ బ్రెయిన్. దిస్ హెల్ప్స్ యూ అ లాట్. Please believe in me. It helps you a lot and you will definitely you will get success in your life with this small tip. All the best.